Hello everyone, time for the pack opening. I'm not going to wait too as long as I usually do to get lots of gold. We just completed our weekly quests and we start on this one. We got an amazing adjustment on our druid deck. Shame we didn't record the last game. It was absolutely annihilation. We had celestial alignment we picked up, plus we had 3 due processes, and the quest priest was completely getting milled the whole game, and we just easily won that, which was quite nice against the quest priest, which is sometimes quite tricky. And as you see, we've completed a lot on the... We just got to level 21 in one go, basically, because we saved up our weekly quest, which give you a massive amount of reward points on the XP points, whatever, on the rewards track. So let's see what we get. Right, so Scourge Rager, this can be resurrected because it dies straight away for the Resurrect Priest and Death Knight. Summon Undead Chicken. Wow, a new egg. Foul egg. Another pack. Taunting Rush. This is a demon. Ah, finally big demons might be coming to Demon Hunter finally. After this minion survives damage, deal that amount to the enemy hero. Interesting. Okay. 50, another 50. Right. Choose an enemy minion, swap it with a random one in their deck. This is so disruptive. Translocation instructor. That's oof. I could see some disruption decks coming alive with this minion here. 50. Get a Death Knight card back. I thought we got one ready for completing the prologue. Have to double check that. Right, so we've got a classic pack, or a standard pack I should say. 50 here, and we get our first legendary, which is Rotgill, Undead Murloc. Oh, Murloc, right. Give your other minions death rattle, give your minions 1/1. Oh my goodness. That is nasty. Imagine this on the full board of Murlocs. Oof. Murloc Shaman's going to have to be something we try out. It's tricky in the current meta. We've got so many control tools, but still, wow. 7 different Lich King neutral cards. Right, and we could keep going on the rewards track a bit. We've got a daily quest which gives us 1,000, which will put us up to level 23. It's another extra pack. It's not the end of the world. So we've already got 4,800 gold. We're going to spend all of that. No need to save for a tavern ticket because we've got a free one. And let's buy the packs. Let's hope we can get some nice blood Death Knight, which I'm looking forward to trying out. You know, I did try out the Unholy Death Knight. Oh, and of course, right. Ah, there we go. I did try an Unholy Death Knight before. Yeah, thank you very much. And it was actually really convincing. And if you added the Legendaries into the deck, which they give you, the pre-made deck, which you would have seen at the end of my previous video, I tried it out. It was really powerful. And imagine with a Legendaries in it, that would get buffed up so quickly. Okay, so we've got 48 Lich King card packs. Right, now I've got 66 packs altogether. Now this is my strategy for opening them. I just finished the Mercenaries pack. Mercenaries are Scab's Mercenaries, thought I might as well. Right, the idea is these are duplicate protected. So if we open these first, we're going to get lots of different minions. Here it's very likely we're going to get minions which are not useful if we open all these first. because these are not duplicate protected as far as I know. So if we open these first, get a few, hopefully, new expansion cards, then they will not be repeated with these, and hopefully, yeah, I hope you get the idea. That's why we're going to open these decks first. Let's feel a bit laggy here for some reason. It's not the recorder. I'll just pause this for a sec. Seems Hearthstone itself is using quite a lot of resources for some reason. Okay, so let's open this pack first. Hopefully we get some of the new expansion. Wow, a bit lacking in the card opening. Wow, that's bad. Right, so we have to restart the client, and yeah, thankfully our pack is still here. And it's not opening. Wow. This is bugged. Okay. Let's see if it applies to all the packs.
You have at last arrived. Show me your strength.
As usual, Hearthstone, very bad management, very bad technology. Yeah, they're just going on their name basically. They don't really care about the robustness of the game, so we're going to open these. Well, these open at least. Okay. So we see we've got some new cards. Let's keep going. An epic. See now, because we've got epic from the classic pack or the standard pack, now when we open these and we get an epic, it won't be repeated. Whereas if we would have done this first and then open this, we could have just got any epic. That's all assuming this isn't duplicate or protected, but it might be, so. Arcane spells costing 1 less. Friendly undead died after your last turn, deal 2 damage. Okay. That means if it died on your opponent's turn after your last turn, that means it's either during your opponent's turn or this turn. It's a new wording. Okay, I'll add some shadow spell to your hand. There's going to be some shadow priests going on. A lot of shadow synergies coming up now. Destroy meaning give it stats to a random undead in your hand. That is nasty. This can really counter like some of my big druid deck minions. But of course I can just devour whatever he plays later. After your hero attacks and kills a minion, gain 2 corpses. We've seen that one. Arcane spells costing 1 less could be used for the new Frost Death Knight. It's a new one. This is a Shaman Undead. Taunt Death Rattle summon a 6/6 Undead with Taunt. This doesn't make sense in Shaman at all. If this is a battle cry, then you could evolve this. That would make a lot of sense. It's a Death Rattle. That's so strange. I'm not sure what the point of this is. Undead, maybe. The spells can't target heroes this turn. But you get 2 spell damage. I guess that's because you can get some nasty combos off with this. Discover 2 spells that cost 3 or less, swap their costs. That's a bit strange. I guess if you get a 0 cost and a 3 cost, that might make sense. Deal 1 damage or draw a card. Oh, so this is like Shiv. It's like a 1 cost Shiv, but with a combo. Okay. Nothing original anymore. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage. Yeah, I've seen this sort of thing before. Okay. So we're getting a lot 12 Shaman cards here. Draw 2 minions for each one that costs 5 or more. Summon a 2/3 Spirit with Taunt. Oof. Control Shaman, that might work in. But even Control Shaman has to have cheap cards. That's a bit strange, that card. After you play an undead this turn, give it Reborn. So that's quite good. Play lots of undeads with Reborn. Arcane spells. If you're holding a dragon, gain 1/1. Dragon Paladin's back? Okay. Can travel once more with the Scabs and Mercenary cards. Ah, now it's opening. So we've got some new rogue cards actually. Reduce the cost of all Death Rattle cards in your deck by 1. Oh no, not more Death Rattle support. Oh, I hate that Death Rattle rogue. So non-interactive. Add a 4/4 copy of another Death Rattle minion in your deck to your hand. It costs 4 less. Oh my goodness. Death Rattle rogue's gonna go bonkers now. The next concoction costs 0. Concoctions is a new idea. Got little spells or concoctions to see how they work. Okay, let's open the regular cards. Get our first legendary soon. Go Death Rattle, summon 2/3/2 zombies. Overload. It's a decent card. 2 damage to all other minions. Oh my goodness. More board clears. Okay. With a 2/2 body. Deal 4 damage if your deck has no minions. Summon 4 Legendaries with Rush. So Spell Demon Hunter. Interesting. Give a minion 3/3 and Divine Shield. Deal 3 damage to your hero. That's weird. Okay. Never seen that. Paladin card which damages yourself besides the one which changes all your health into armor, which we had in the Rastakhan expansion. Deal 1 damage improved by your hero attacks this game. Ugh. That's interesting. Alright. A hero attacks or hero powers? Hero attacks. So if you've got weapons, I see. For Hunter, when your hero attacks a minion, set its health to 1. Okay, that's nasty. That's nasty board clear there. Okay, summon 2/3/3 Fellfields with lifesteal. If the deck has no minions, summon another. So we've got some really incredible fell synergies here. Just 1 minute. How would that work with Jace? Just wait till Jace is in your hand, play the Jace. And then you'll repeat all of these. Okay. If a friendly undead died after your last turn, summon a 2/2 Nerubian. Okay, that's a Druid card. This is the infected peasant. Get it off. Doesn't look good. Okay. So I'm just going to read the cards which I didn't see in the Death Knight class in the previous video. Okay, so Druid card, summon a 1/1 disarmed zombie with Death Rattle, summon a 1/1 zombie. Okay, so this is 3 minions in 1. So it's a Death Rattle with a Death Rattle on the summon minion. If you're holding a shadow spell, gain 1/1. Yep, that's going to be Shadow Priest. A staple card there to start off in turn 1. Taunt Rush. Can't be targeted. Nice flexible card there. Looks decent. Stats not amazing, but yeah, the effect, the rush, taunt, not targetable. Okay, we've seen that one. We have, for the rest of your game, the first card each turn costs 0 and you die in 3 turns. Wow, we got the Bonewood Frost Whisper. That's a very powerful card, but a very dangerous one if you can't win. I guess this opens up sort of like Bran synergy. Bran with a big 10 drop sort of cards. You could play this, for example, in Demon Hunter, and then the next turn you play Bran for 0 followed by Jace, or you could play Bran with the Legendaries in any class. I wonder how this works with Ivers, because Ivers spends all your mana. So I guess the minion costs 1, but then it uses up your mana to buff it, so I guess that's not a clever way of getting Ivers out. Okay, give a minion 1/1 repeat for each damaged friendly character. Oh, more Enraged Warrior. I'm gonna have to try out Enraged Warrior, I think. I've got the cards for it, I think. Just don't like the game style, but the play style of that deck. Well, give it a try. Divine Shield, deal 2 damage to hero. Another self-damaging Paladin card. I guess it makes sense. You've got a lot of taunts with Divine Shields. You're not taking much damage. And you've got plenty of healing with Paladin. And I guess we've got Carriel. It won't do that much damage. Gain 4 armor. And next start of your next turn, gain 4 more. Wow. 8 armor for 2 mana for Druid. Some nice early value of protection against aggro. Give a friendly undead reborn. Okay, detonate a corpse to deal 1 damage to all minions if there are any alive. Repeat this, and this is a Blood Death Knight card, so that's a massive board clear. So this is basically clear the whole board, basically, but at the cost of a massive amount of corpses if you have to clear a very big minion. Give me a 1/1. Okay, and we've seen this. Okay, let's have a look. It's a Lich King. Okay, summon 2/1/2 cards with Taunt. Mana Thirst, that's a new keyword. Give them 1/2. So if you've got 6 mana, it's a 2 mana. Summon 2/2/4s with Taunt. Oh, here's another Mana Thirst card. Okay, a 2/5 Taunt. But if you've got 8 mana, it's a 4/7 Taunt with Divine Shield. Actually very strong. Okay, Taunt costs 1 less for each armor you have. That's interesting. I can see that working. But you have to see if that fits in with any synergies. It doesn't work with the big ramp druid. I'm not sure. Unless there's more armor synergies with druid, I don't quite see that fitting into any deck. Discover a dragon, manifest, summon a 5/5 Drake with Taunt. That's 1 mana, summon a 5/5 with Taunt. That's crazy. That's very powerful, sort of late game or mid game control tool. Wow. Okay, and of course you can use it early if you feel you need to get a cheap dragon out to survive some onslaught of a very aggressive deck. Equip a 4/2 sword, give a random minion in your hand 4/2. That's not bad. Especially if it's a charge minion. Enraged Warriors. Players are going to get excited with that one. It's a 4/2 sword, which is definitely going face. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to your hero. That's interesting. A 3 mana 4/5. Wow, that's even better than 3 mana 3/5, which did 5 damage to your hero. Was it that tortoise thing? If a friendly undead died after your last turn, discover an unholy rune card. Right, okay, so here you're getting discover an unholy rune card like we saw the frost one. The equivalent with the frost cards. Okay. Right, Paladin, give your hero 3 attack, manifest, and lifesteal. Wow, lifesteal without a weapon. Wow, that's a new thing. Nice. Resurrect a friendly minion that costs 3 or less. That could be very flexible, especially in Shadow Priest. Resurrect your 1/3, which gives an extra damage to the heroes. Quite a common usage for it. Okay, draw a card. If it's not a minion, deal 3 damage to the lowest health enemy and more spells. Wow, discover a spell from any class. Mage's getting excited now. It costs 1 less. When you play a discard, deal 6 damage, randomly split amongst all enemies. So you've got discard Warlock. Bit something going on there. Restore 3 or 6 health to all characters. Or friendly characters. That's an interesting one. Okay. It's very flexible. Question is, with a lot of these cards, you'd like to have them in certain situations, but you wouldn't really put them in the deck because you want to build your massive synergies around other cards. So that's the problem with the power creep and the very synergistic decks we get nowadays. Cards like this, which are really good, just don't have a place really. Draw 2 cards, cost 1 less for each friendly character. That could be a 0 cost. Draw 2 cards there. But we've had that before with the weapon card draw. Resurrect all friendly minions that cost 2 or less. Wow. That could be an inclusion in Token Druid, actually. Right. Interesting. Right. That applied to the 0 cost 4/8. If you have the 8 mana, 8 armor. I'm not sure. Probably not. Do 1 damage to 3 random enemies. So we're getting this tripling of 1-drops now. Like we have the tripling of the Druid Death Rattle. Summon a 1/1, which then summons another 1/1. Give a minion Death Rattle, summon 2 zombies. After you play an undead this turn, give it reborn. Draw a taunt minion, double its stats. Now that is interesting. So you can basically quadruple. You could octuplet a stat of a taunt minion theoretically. If you played that card twice and you played the new 7-drop, which doubles the stats of all minions in your deck. Which I think is going to be very powerful. I already used it and basically won a game with its help and just before this video in my new Druid deck. Raise up 6 corpses as 1/2 risen footmen with taunt. I think do these footmen contribute to your corpses back? I'm not sure if they do. We've seen that. Deal 2 or 3 damage, mage. Very interesting. Might get a bit of a bird mage thing going here. A friendly minion died, summon 2 zombies. Yeah. Give a friendly minion 3 attack, give your hero 2 attack this turn. So a lot of giving Paladin attack. Very strange. So a couple of new things for Paladin, self-damage and attacking without a weapon we've got for the first time, as far as I can remember. The next outcast card costs 1 less. And that's only if this is outcast. It's complicated. Right. Resurrect friendly undead. Give it reborn. Give a random friendly minion death rattle. Summon infectious ghoul. So when this dies, something else gets a death rattle to summon an infectious ghoul. So I see, and this is an infectious ghoul. So as long as you've got minions which are going to be alive, this carries on forever. So it's a bit like Greybow, actually. If you discard this minion, summon it. That's going to be good for duels with a discard warlock there. More options. Add Arcane Bolt to your hand. Here's a new one. Silvermoon Armourer. Rush. 4/4 Rush. 6/6 Rush with if you're at 7 mana. Okay. Freeze an enemy minion. Silence it first. That's nasty. A common silence. Wow. Okay. Resurrect friendly, and that can get rid of death rattles or reborn effects. It's going to draw another undead and summon a copy of it when this dies. Okay. After this minion attacks, destroy it. So put a little 1/1 taunt in the way. Such an interesting card, that. I guess it's undead, it makes sense. Friendly death rattle 2/2 rush. Do 1 damage to all enemies with lifesteal. So a bit of healing there. Then get to 4 mana. Very good counter to Imp Warlock. Discover spell from the deck of its arcane, give it 1 spell damage. Okay, seen that in the prologue from Face Sylvanas. Add a copy of a card in your opponent's deck to your hand. Some more Burgle style cards. Draw 3 cards, choose 1 to discard. That's a clever card, I like that. That looks quite strong. Especially if you've got a zoo deck, then you don't mind discarding a random card. Generally you don't have such a high concentration of very important cards that discarding one's going to be that bad. Whenever your hero attacks, we've seen that one. So, here's a new hunter card. Summon a 4/4 Lynx with Rush, improved by spell damage. That means a 5/5 Lynx with Rush, I guess. If you've got a bit of spell damage, which you might, because seems that there's a spell hunter thing going on. Discover a spell. Neurobian Vizier. Discover a spell if a friendly died after your last turn. Costs 2 less. That's pretty good. Give a friendly undead reborn. We've seen that. Gain 12 armor. Or summon 2/3 beetles with taunt. That protects your face for 6 damage, and the 12 armor gives you 12 protection. But the beetles obviously give you some board presence. Okay. It's a very interesting card, Sim. Add 2 arcane bolts to your hand. Right. My details. Unknown champion. If any undead dies, there's some 2/3/2s. We've seen that. Add a random concoction to your hand. After a friendly undead dies, draw a card. Interesting, because so maybe I just got a second one of this now, right? So I've still got duplicate protection. I'm still getting new common cards. I must be getting close to reaching the limit of the common cards now. Detonate a corpse to deal 1. This is one which just clears the whole board. Right, I'm sure we've got 2 Scourge Rages already. So, right. Obviously, summon undead, give it 1 attack. That's interesting. Can I just put that on the board? Summon a whole load of them, right? I have to see how the undead synergies are going to be working in all different classes, not just in Death Knights. Right, I think we've got all of our common cards for this expansion now. So let's just look at the rares. It looks like we've got, I think we've reached our limit on the rares as well. Give your minions death rattle, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Wow. That's pretty good. Discover a spell from the deck if it can give it spell damage. Give you, oh, here we go. This is the one I was looking for. Give your hero 5 health, spend 3 corpses to get 5 more and draw a card. Yeah. So that's a very key card to the blood, what's it called? Blood. Death Knight. And we got a legendary. Alexandros Morgain. Took us 15 minutes, but we got it. And it's a Death Knight. Oh, I see. Look, Death Knight cards are actually properly black. How does that compare with the Rogue one? Alright. For the rest of the game, deal 3 damage to your opponent at the end of turns. Oh, that's such a good card. Such a good card. Alright. That's such an annoying card as well. If you put that with a Bran or something like that. I'm not sure why you'd use your Bran just for this one. I'm sure there's better targets for Bran. But, yeah. Okay. Oh, right, so we still haven't finished our rares yet. So we've got a discard, battle cry, discard 2 cards. A 5 mana 7/7 with rush, discard 2 cards. That reminds me a lot of another card which we've had before. 5 mana 7/7 with charge. So for the first time, I think we're actually seeing some power. What's the opposite? Power nerfs. Really? They actually made a card which is the same as the... Sorry, I'm going to have to check this out. Wild. Ah, here we go. So Doomguard actually is charged, discard 2 random cards, but it's a 5/7, not a 7/7. Okay, so this is actually power creep. Yeah, fine. Whoops, wrong one. Right. Okay, so this is a 7/7, but only with rush. Okay, so it's technically power creep, just can't go face. So it's balanced, I guess. Vampiric Blood. So we've got 2 Vampiric Bloods now, fantastic. Let's go very fast through the rest of these. Choose an enemy and swap it with one on your deck. Yeah, I've seen that. Um, 6 damage. Oh, yeah, we've seen that one. I think we've done all of the commons and rares now. Yeah, here's the other one. Okay. Right, I don't think we've seen this one before, so I don't think we've got all the rares yet. Deal 2 damage to all enemies if a friendly undead died after your last turn. Again, that means... It means it's like it died this turn if a friendly undead died this turn, but this wording means either on this turn or on your opponent's previous turn. So it gives you a bit more flexibility. So you can put something on the board and your opponent is helpless to stop it dying. So you can get that synergy going. Freeze an enemy minion, silence it. Okay, we've seen that. 2 of those first now. Ooh, an epic. Discard a random undead. Summon a copy of it. Wow. Right, so this is basically summoning a random undead. Which hopefully it's one without a battle cry, because you're going to lose the battle cry. You also get the advantage of... yeah, what is the advantage of this card? Discarding stuff. Yeah, it's a discard synergy. Okay, raise up 6 corpses with taunt, yeah. Summon a copy of each minion in your hand. They attack random enemy minions, then die. What on earth? Okay, I guess if they're undead, then maybe you can resurrect them next turn or something. But they're copies. Okay. You're also giving away to your opponent what you've got in your hand if you play that. Most people won't be able to take too much advantage of that anyway. Another legendary. Nice. Send all other minions 2 turns into the future. What? What on earth does that mean? Does that mean in 2 turns they're all going to reappear? That's strange. Clever card. It's a completely new idea. I guess it's like make all other minions dormant, just they don't take up a space on the board. That's such a clever card. Okay, I like it. Not sure how practical it is, but looks like a fun idea. Plus 1 less for each outcast card you've played this game. Okay. In 12 armor, I've seen that one. 2 damage to minion. Oh, here's a new one. Hunter. Deal 2 damage to minion. Manifest. Draw that many cards. So you draw 2 cards for 2 mana. As long as you've got a means to target. Or if you've got spell damage, then there'll be 3 or 4. Okay. That's flexible cards. Look at Demon Hunter and Hunters. Seem to have a lot of spell only synergies, or mainly spell decks. At the end of your turn, add a random concoction to your hand. Discover 2 concoctions. So we're getting the concoction cards now for Rogue. Should be able to get most of them. 4-2 sword. Try the new way to open packs, just press the space bar. I'll show you again in a second. One rare. This is Arcane Bolt. Arcane Bolt is basically 2 or 3 damage. So I guess if you've got lots of things which add Arcane Bolts to your hands, they're adding 1 mana 3/3s, which can go face. Okay. So look, so I press space bar and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all open. Okay, draw 2 cards, cost 1 less if a friendly undead died after your last turn. Summon 2 5/6 golems with taunt which can't be targeted. That's a decent card for mage. It's an arcane card. Repeated by and oh, you can use it in big spell mage. That's interesting. It's a powerful card, right? We got poisonous. If a friendly undead died after your last turn, deal 1 damage to a minion. And that damage is going to be poisonous. Oof, nasty. Nasty. Like it. Just going to open it the old-fashioned way. Discover 2 concoctions. We've got a lot of concoctions going. They better be worthwhile, these concoctions. There's that 8 cost spell again. So now the mage card which gives you a copy of a 7, 8, 9 and 10 card in your deck. And you add it to your hand, the copy got more value now. Okay, rush costs 1 less for each outcast. Yeah, we've seen that.
Golden prayer.
2 damage to all enemy. If a friendly undead died after your last turn, deal 2 more. So this is a 5 mana flame strike. Oh, the old flame strike, the new flame strike is actually 5 damage, isn't it? Showing my age here. Okay, lifesteal. Whenever this attacks, deal 2 damage to enemy hero. That's interesting. So you get 4 healing plus an extra 2 healing when it attacks because it does damage to the enemy hero. So I guess if it was it's not so useful for clearing the board as if it was a 6/6, but it does damage to the hero, which is could be positive, but yeah, it's going to be less useful for controlling the board, and also against Cariel Rome hero, the hero card, you won't be doing that much damage, and you'll be doing 1 damage, so only 1 healing. Okay, draw 2 cards. Right, we saw this already. A lot of cards here. Obviously, it's the legendaries which we're not getting as usual. Whenever this attacks, give all arcanes in your spells in your hand 1 spell damage. Okay, 10 more packs. The card just opened. It's interesting how they seem to come in pairs. We haven't had the rare for a long time, and then you get in 2 consecutive packs, you get it. Resurrect a friendly undead that died this game. That could be very nasty. Even one of the big ones. Give your minions 3 damage to a random enemy. So it looks like a swarm type shaman, Murloc shaman. It's going to be very appealing to try out because you've got the one which buffs up everything else. Transfer all spells in your hand into ones that cost 2 or more. They keep their original cost. So if you've got a lot of arcane bolts, which cost 1, so you transform all the spells into more expensive spells, and they still all only cost 1. So arcane bolts can be very, very useful with this card. Right, so looking for some powerful spell mage decks here. Mage's meant to be all about. Almost done. Meat Grinder, we saw that as a Death Knight card. Spread around a minion in your deck to gain 3 corpses. Could be, there's some pretty good minions which you do not want to shred. So it's a risky card there. There's that epic there. Give a random friendly undead 2/1. Very strange card, very hard to pull off this card. You want to play this on turn 1. You're not going to have other undeads on the board. Also the card which summons a pool full of undeads. You don't want to be seeing that one. Or Doomsay. Or Quel'Thalas, right. Sort of like the battle charging paladins. Okay, 2 more. Only 3 legendaries, I'm afraid. Might get one of the last done. We've got all the rares and the commons. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. And that is our collection. Let's quickly check up the legendaries we got. Lich King legendaries. So we got Death Knight 1. So that's the one which does damage for the rest of the game for 3 blood. We got this one which is kind of a board clear. This could be really good. This definitely goes in Control Paladin for sure. This goes in the Swarm Shaman, Murloc Shaman probably. This one a bit risky. And then you got this lovely card here. I love this card. Out of all his life accomplishments, making a 2/2 tiny fin is his finest. Oh, so sweet. Lorthamar Theron, whoever this is. You can tell me in the comments who this is meant to be. I don't know the what's it called, the lore so much. So looking in legendaries, what I need, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. My goodness. Yeah, 21, and we've got so it's 27 altogether in the Death Knight. I think it's, yeah, Sun was much of the Lich King. Right, so 21 out of 27, so a lot to go. And yeah, these are new cards. And we got only 780 dust out of it. Okay. Not amazing, but not too bad either. 3 legendaries and 50 packs. I guess that's an average. 10 for the first, 1 for the first 10, and then 1 every 20 afterwards. Alright, we'll see how it goes. Right, and Warlock cards. Lich King. Death Knight cards. Warrior cards. Paladin cards. Druid cards. Demon Hunter cards. Do I have too many Druid cards? Interesting. Hunter cards. Rogue cards. $30 different March of Lich King cards. This is for the whole set. 90. So how many do we have there? What did it say? Shaman cards, mage cards, and neutral cards. Let's see how many we get. It says 35 neutral cards, so we've almost got all of them. Nice, okay, that's the pack opening which we've got here, and we've got a few ways of getting more packs. Still got to finish off the solo adventures, the Book of Mercenaries. So we've got another 3 packs from that. We've got a free arena duel run, and yeah, and we've got and early on the rewards track, because the cost to upgrade are much cheaper, you're going to advance much quicker. It's only 450, so like you need to get 100 gold. It's just going to be 900 points on the experience pack, so I'm going to get a pack very soon when I play 2 Druid games. Nice and easy. And we've got another Tavern Ball ticket, so it's another pack there, another pack here. Gold's going to turn into packs. Yeah, what's this? Gold in the summer, interesting. Alright. And then we've got a Tavern ticket, and then we get our other legendary. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. Not sure why you would, but okay. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.